don't know what to tell them. Hi dreamers and make-believers, in today's video I'm doing the Booktubeathon challenge day 5. Today's video is class list, where I have to choose a list of reading materials for a subject of my choice. It can be a made-up subject, it can be a real subject, but I have to choose books from my shelf that I would like to make everybody in this class read. I'm calling this class Magically Me. Let's go! Hello class, I am Professor Chicken Dance, and if you laugh at that name, you die. Now, this is a very intense subject, and it is not for the faint of heart. Now, I understand you're all new to this, and you're coming into realization of your abilities, and you want to know how to use them to your advantage. But there will be extensive learning involved before you even begin to use your power. We will start with a very in-depth reading list to prepare you for what lies ahead, so you don't die. We will begin with something general, stories of those that have been in your place, those that didn't know how powerful they were and had to learn how to deal with it. For your reading material number 1, I am going to suggest a tale of a boy that discovered he was more than what he thought, more than ordinary. And he realized he had to step up to the plate so he didn't die. And that, my friends, is Percy Jackson. Percy Jackson discovered that he was not just powerful, he was a demigod, son of Poseidon, god of the sea. Right? Now that's something big. Right? And he had to not only accept this power that had been thrust upon him, he had to learn to use it. He had to go to special camps, special classes like this, and learn how to wield his power to his advantage so that he didn't die. Another book is another tale of another boy who learned that he had abilities, who learned that he was more than what he originally thought. And he also had to go through extensive learning and went to a special school called Hogwarts to learn and grow and harness his abilities so that he did not, in fact, die. And that is the Harry Potter books. Every single one of them. I want you to read them all in the next week, preferably by tomorrow. Now, I also recognize that many of you might be a little bit frightened. You don't understand your ability and you want to stop it from manifesting, but the truth is you shouldn't. Because when you do that, you lose a part of yourself, and things only get more and more difficult for you. And you know what? You could die. I would like you to read the Grisha trilogy. This is a tale of Alina Starkov. She also has great ability, and yet, when young, she makes a choice. Not a conscious one, but a choice to suppress that power. And she grows up weaker than she should be, frailer than she should be, sicker than she should be, and you know what? She could have died. And another who suppressed their abilities and tried to hide who they truly were on the inside is Elena Zadothian from the Throne of Glass series. And you know what? When it came time to embrace that she was what she was, because eventually we all have to embrace the inner us, she struggled immensely. She went through vigorous training, bloodshed everywhere, and you know what? She could have died. And now I know, with all you wusses out there that are afraid of your ability, there are also those idiots that think that their power makes them greater than the rest. Let me tell you, that is an immense mistake. So to prevent you from thinking you're all powerful, let me tell you the story of a girl, Adelena Omatero. She came into her power, she didn't know how to use it. It was a dark power, scared her a little bit, thrilled her a little bit. And the more she got to understand it, instead of learning how to use it in the right way, she went mad with power. She did things that would make you scream until early hours of the morning, my friend. From the night before. You'll scream all night. For your final reading material, I'm going to suggest some books of what the great, powerful people do. Those that are incredibly talented and are incredibly gifted, but use it in the right way. Now I'd like to introduce you to Twilight. Twilight is the story of a girl called Bella, an ordinary girl, whatever, and Edward, a vampire. Now, I know what you might be thinking. What? Vampires are evil. Vampires suck your blood. They couldn't possibly be good. But I'll tell you something, they can be good. And Edward Cullen is an example of having immense power, but controlling your abilities for the greater good. And another powerful man, his son, he has incredible power, more power than you, and yet he keeps it under control. And that is what we're going to learn this year, class. Control, respect, not being afraid, but not being too confident. Now, open your books to page 369. So that was Professor Chicken Dance. I hope you learned a lot from her, and I guess I will be seeing you again tomorrow for Booktubeathon Day 6. Bye!